Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to play another game from our 1977 Red Sox replay. Game 2 of a 3-game series with the California Angels. The Red Sox took the first game of the series against Nolan Ryan 3-1. And I believe Louis Tiant pitched the game one. But anyway, in this game, Bob Stanley is going to go for the Red Sox. Getting a spot start against Frank Tanana for the California Angels. So without further ado, let's get this game underway.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
Welcome to Fenway Park, although this is just our Yankee Stadium. We still haven't put our ballparks in yet, or our player photos, despite being sent them by Sports Time Machine, the ballparks anyway. But we will get to them eventually. But anyway, this is Game 2 of a 3-game series. Like we said, the Red Sox won the first game. The weather here today at Fenway Park, it's a bad day here at Fenway. So these are your stats in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. So much to the hitter's advantage. So Bob Stanley on the season comes in with a 1-1 record with 1 save, 2.33 earned run average, 27 innings pitched. He's allowed 24 hits. He's walked 5, struck out 12, and has not allowed a home run so far this season. The defense behind him is going to be Rice in left. Coleman is getting the start in center. That's interesting. And Evans in right. Hobson, Burleson, Dillard at second, and Scott at first. And Fisk behind the plate. So a little bit different looking Red Sox lineup today. Let's look at Coleman here. Who is that Coleman? Dave Coleman. He only got 12 at-bats on the season. And obviously he got a start in today's game, because this does go by actual lineup, so he did get the start. So he's probably with the Red Sox a little bit in the month of May, and then back down into the minors. This is my guess. So anyway, the lineup for the visiting California Angels is going to be Bobby Grich. The shortstop will lead it off, followed by Jerry Remy, the second baseman. Don Baylor at first will hit third. The cleanup hitter is Joe Rudy, the left fielder. Bobby Bonds, the right fielder, hits fifth, followed by Dave Trock at third. Bruce Bochy, the center fielder, hits seventh, followed by Ron Jackson, the DH, hitting eighth, and Andy Etchebarren behind the plate, batting ninth. So, Bobby Grich comes in hitting .267 on the replay with 6 homers, 15 runs batted in. Stanley looks in for the sign, nods his head, kicks and delivers. That's going to be a base hit up the middle for Grich. Scott will hold him on. Grich is a threat to steal. Jerry Remy up to the plate now. Remy comes in hitting .250 with 11 runs batted in. And Remy squares around the bunt. runners will move up to second and third. So the error by Hobson. And already the Angels have 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. So Don Baylor up to the plate, .290 hitter, 5 homers, 21 runs batted in. Pitch by Stanley. And Baylor's going to get a hold of one here. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Gritch and Remy will score easily, and Baylor will have himself a 2-run double. So just like that, the Angels take a 2-0 lead. So that'll bring up Joe Rudi to the plate, hitting .337 with 8 homers, 22 runs batted in. Stanley throws to second. Baylor's back in safely. On the daylight play, Stanley back on the mound. Looks at the runner, kicks and delivers to Rudi. That's going to be a ground ball to third. Hobson fields it cleanly. Looks the runner back over to first for out number 1. That'll bring up Bobby Bonds. 347 on the season with 7 homers, 26 runs batted in. 2 column. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. Evans is there, makes the catch. Baylor tags. And they make it to third. All right, so 2 outs and a runner on third. 2 runs already in. Dave Trock up to the plate. Trock comes in hitting .289 with 5 runs batted in. Is the windup in the pitch. That's going to be a fly ball to right. Evans is there. And he'll make the catch to retire the side. But the Angels strike first after half an inning. So Tanana with a 2-run lead comes in having a great season. 4-1 record so far with a 2.15 earned run average. 54 innings pitched, 39 hits allowed. Has walked 7, struck out 50, and has surrendered 2 homers. So the defense behind Tanana is going to be Rudi in left, Bochy in center. Bonds in right. The infield left to right is Chalk, Gritch, Remy, and Baylor. And behind the plate, Echebarren. Tanana on the hill. Very good fielding pitcher with a 1 rating. And a very good hold rating with a -4, the lefty pitcher. The Red Sox lineup is as follows. Rick Burleson will lead it off and bat first. We'll lead off, obviously. That's what leading off means. We'll lead it off and play short. Steve Dillard, the second baseman, bats second. Doyle getting a day off. Burleson back in the lineup after a couple days off. Jim Rice, the left fielder, bats third. Batting cleanup is the boomer George Scott. Hitting fifth, Pudge Fisk behind the plate. Dewey Evans, the right fielder, will hit sixth, followed by Butch Hobson, the third baseman. Bobby Darwin is getting DH roles today, hitting eighth, and Dave Coleman getting a start, playing center, hits ninth. So a few changes to the Red Sox lineup today. Some bench players there getting some regulars a day off. Burleson comes in hitting .255 with 4 runs batted in. Tanana looks in for the sign. The lefty kicks and delivers. And Burleson shoots it past. So to bring up Steve Dillard, hitting .250 on the season with 4 runs batted and 28 at-bats. Burleson being held on by Baylor. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit to center. And Burleson will round second, but will hold there. So like the Angels, the Red Sox had the first 2 runners on, first and second, nobody out. For Jim Ed Rice, comes in hitting .323 with 9 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Also has 6 doubles and 3 triples. So lots of 18 extra base hits for Rice already here in early May. The runners get their lead. Tanana looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch to Rice. That's going to be a base hit up the middle. Oof. Burleson will be held at third. Don't want to risk it with nobody out, so they'll load the bases for the boomer, George Scott. So Yastrzemski is getting the day off today also. The boomer, George Scott, steps to the plate. He comes in hitting .271 with 5 homers, 14 runs batted in. The lefty looks in for the sign, kicks and delivers. And the box being called on Tanana. You can't believe it. And Burleson will come across the plate to score the first Red Sox run as the runners move up. So the Red Sox score without the benefit of an RBI there. So second and third for Scott now. Let's see if they pitch to him. So here's the windup and the pitch to the boomer. And he strikes out swinging. So 1 down now. That'll bring up Carlton Fisk. Fisk hitting .375 with a pair of homers and 8 runs batted in. Chance to pick up a couple more RBIs here with a base hit. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a fly ball to center. Dillard's going back to tag. Push it. Below average arm, and Dillard will score easily. Rice holds at second, and the Red Sox have tied it at 2. So to bring up Evans with 2 down and a runner in scoring position. Evans comes in hitting a whopping .379, 6 homers, 24 runs batted in. Here's the windup and the pitch to Dewey. And swing and a miss. But the Red Sox match the Angels 2, and the score is tied 2-2 at the end of 1. So Bochy, Jackson, and Echeverren up against Stanley now. Red Sox bailing Stanley out with a pair of runs. So Bochy comes in hitting .259 with a homer and 9 runs batted in. Here's the pitch by Steamer. And it's going to be a fly ball to right. Evans is there, and he'll make the catch. On Jackson, .256, 2 homers, 6 runs batted in. Here's the pitch, gets one in the wheelhouse. And he'll lay off of it as it drops out of the strike zone. And Jackson will reach with a 1-out walk. Scott will hold him on. Echeverren to the plate. Echeverren comes in hitting .333 with 2 runs batted in and 24 at-bats. Jackson gets his lead as the windup in the pitch. And another walk by Stanley. Stanley getting a little wild here. The first 2 runners reach. Well, not the first 2 runners. 2 runners are on now with a 1-out. So Grich singled and scored his first time up. Here's the windup in the pitch. Wow. And Stanley really looking wild as he will load the bases on 3 walks. So Fisk will go out to talk to Stanley. Burleson and Dillard join in the conversation. Go back to their positions. Red Sox hoping to turn 2 here. Remy up to the plate. All right. Remy reached his first time up. And came around to score the second run. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit to left. 1 run comes in, and California retakes the lead 3-2. Still only 1 out. Remy with the RBI single. Baylor up now had a 2-run double his first time up. Baylor is a double play candidate. And it's going to be a ground ball to Hobson. He already has 1 error in the game. Gets to it. But he's going to boot it again for his 2nd error. 1 run comes in. And it's now a 4-2 California lead. So Red Sox shooting themselves in the foot with 3 walks and another error. Defense has not been good as of late. So we have Joe Rudy to the plate with 1 down. Pitch by Stanley. Oh my goodness. And Stanley hits him. And that will push across another run now. 5-2. And there's some stirring in the Red Sox pen. This could be a short day for Stanley, as he's already given up 5 runs. Barnes to the plate now, 0 for 1 on the day. It's going to be a ground ball. This could be 2. Dillard will get to it. See if he can turn 2. Double play, but damage done as all 3 walks come across the score, and it's now a 5-2 game as we head to the bottom of the 2nd. So Red Sox once again in the hole, bottom 3rd of the order. Hobson, Darwood, and Coleman. Hobson comes in hitting .250, 4 homers, 17 runs batted in. He has the windup in the pitch. And Hobson strikes out swinging for out number 1. So pretty weak Red Sox lineup today overall. Darwin to the plate. He's had 2 at-bats on the season and has yet to get a hit. For the season, he hit .222 with an RBI and 9 at-bats. And this is going to be an out no matter what. A strikeout most likely. Yep. Wow, that's a huge strikeout column for Darwin there. So that'll bring up Coleman. Coleman was hitless in 12 at-bats, so it'll have to come off the pitcher card if he is to get a hit. So here's the windup in the pitch. Not the right column you want to be on with with Tanana being against the righties. That's going to be a ground ball to Remy. Remy's a 2 range. He'll get to it. And Remy's going to boot it. Throws it in the dirt. And Baylor cannot come up with it. So Coleman reaches on the error with 2 down. Burleson singled and scored his first time up. Coleman being held on by Baylor. Here's the windup in the pitch to the Rooster. And he strikes out swinging. And that'll do it for the Red Sox in the 2nd. So the error does not prove costly to the Angels. And after 2, it's 5-2 California. In reality, the Red Sox, I think, won this game 3-0. I know they won the game. I think it was 3-0. All right. So Chalk up to the plate now against Stanley. Stanley back out there. Stanley already up to 61 pitches. And we're only in the 3rd. So Chalk 0 for 1 on the day. And another walk issued by Stanley, his 4th of the day. Corners are going to play in here. Bochy up to the plate, 0 for 1. Ooh. Stanley not getting the rolls here. That's going to go down the line into the corner. Evans digs it out. Chalk will hold at 3rd. And Stanley once again in trouble, 2nd and 3rd, with nobody out. So Jackson walked and scored his first time up. Here's the pitch by Stanley. That's going to be a base hit to left. That'll score one. Bochy will hold it at third. So runners at the corners, 1 run already in. And the Red Sox are going to go to the pen. And we're going to get a long reliever in here. He's kind of tired. Cleveland, he's not tired, but he's been overused, kind of. And Tom Murphy, oh boy. Yeah, Tom Murphy is going to come in. He pitched a lot yesterday, though. I think I'm going to bring in Tom House first. Tom House is going to come in. Tom House comes in. He's having a good season. He's does not have a record yet. No decisions. But with a 1.69 earned run average, has 1 save. 11 innings pitched. He's allowed 6 hits and 5 runs. So Jackson gets his lead off first. Echeverria walked and scored also. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's a ground ball to Scott at first. Over to second for 1. Back to first, not in time. So 3-6 on the putout. They get the lead runner. So it'll be up Gritch. He's 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. And a range check on Hobson. Not something you really want to see. He'll get to it. And Hobson is going to commit his 3rd error. Yes, 3rd error of the game. And first and second. So Hobson having a horrible day defensively. His error rating, surprisingly, not that high. At least not as nearly as high as it was for the 78 season. I think it was in the 50 something, I think, in the 78 season. So much better as far as that goes, but not today, as he's already committed his 3rd error of the day, only in the 3rd inning. So first and second with 1 down. Remy to the plate now. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI. That's going to be a fly ball to right. Evans comes in. Senator Don Baylor 1 for 2 with a 2-run double. And that's a fly ball to center. Coleman is there. And he'll make the catch. So let's take a look at some scores from around the league. Minnesota leads Toronto 2-0. The Yankees over Oakland 3-2. Detroit blanking Milwaukee 4-0. It's Cleveland 1, Chicago 0. Baltimore and Seattle are tied at 2. And Texas leads Kansas City 1-0. So Dillard 1 for 1 with a run scored. Tanana back on the hill. Tanana with only 35 pitches through the first 2 innings. Fly ball to center. Bochy is there, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. So that'll bring up Jim Rice. He's 1 for 1 in the day. Ground ball to short. Gritch with 3 range. Gets to it. And makes the play to retire Rice for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the Red Sox 3rd. Brings up Scott 0 for 1 on the day. And Scott will draw it. Scott being held on despite the 7-2 lead. That'll bring up Fisk. Fisk walked his first time out. And this time he will... Actually, he didn't walk the first time he was up. He'll strike out for out number 3. So that'll do it for the Red Sox in the 3rd. So it remains a 7-2 ball game as we head to the 4th. House back out there for inning number 2. Rudy 0 for 1 with an RBI. House kicks and delivers. And Rudy strikes out. California's 4th. Red Sox need a scoreless inning here. And House 1 out away from it. Bonds 0 for 2 on the day. Ground ball to third. This time Hobson Hill. The Angels finally in the 4th. So remains a 5-run California lead as we head. Oh, yes, there we go. I thought that was out number 3. No, that's only out number 2. Jumping the gun there. Now it will be ground ball to first. Scott takes it. Number 3. Now it's California has a 1-2-3 inning. All right, so it'll be Evans, Hobson, and Darwin up for the Red Sox against Tanana. Tanana on cruise control after the first. He's shut down the Red Sox in the last 2 innings. So Evans 0 for 1. And hits one out of play, back in the box. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Tanana already with 7 strikeouts, and we're inning number 4. Hobson 0 for 1 on the day. And that's going to be snared by Grich for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the Red Sox 4th. Darwin 0 for 1 on the day. And he'll do just like he did in the first. His first at bat, he'll strike out for out number 3. The Red Sox go quietly in the 4th. Remains 7-2 California after 4. So Bochy to the plate now. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Gets one in the wheelhouse. Ground ball to Dillard. Gotta bring up Ron Jackson. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI. And that's a ground ball to short. So that should be an 0 for 1 with an RBI. And California goes quietly in the 5th, so halfway through it remains 7-2 California. So House has done a good job coming in for Stanley, shutting them down. But the Red Sox have been unable to capitalize. So Coleman up to the plate now. Coleman 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. So Tanana's missing a lot of Red Sox bats today as he gets strikeout number 8. So Burleson 1 for 2 with a run scored. And he'll hit one to his counterpart. And Burleson will reach. Burleson beats it out and has himself an infield single. So Dillard 1 for 2 with a run scored. Tanana looks in for the sign, looks at the runner, kicks and delivers. And Dillard's going to hit one over the head of Bochy in center. That's going to go to the wall. Burleson will hold at third with down by 5. So Red Sox with 2 runners in scoring position for Jim Rice. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Here's a pitch by Tanana. Gets one in the wheelhouse. And drops out of the zone. So load the bases for the George Scott. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. And Scott's going to get a hold on. That's going to go into the gap, left center gap. That's going to go all the way to the wall. It's going to rattle around. Wilson scores, Dillard scores, Rice scores. And Scott is into third with a 3-run triple. So just like that, Scott cuts the lead to 2 now with a 3-run triple. So 7-5 now. Much to the delight of the Fenway faithful. Fisk up to the plate. Still only 1 down. Fisk 0 for 1 with an RBI. Here's the windup in the pitch. It's going to be a fly ball to center. Scott's going back to tag. Scott tags. He's coming home. And he'll score. So now it's just a 1-run game as the Red Sox have plated 4 here in the bottom of the 5th. On the sacrifice fly by Carlton Fisk. So Evans up to the plate. Evans still looking for his first hit of the day. And Evans going to get a hold of one here. That's going to go into the center field and into the stands for of the season. And the game is tied at 7 as the Red Sox have put up a 5 spot here in the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 5th. So Tanana roughed up here. Seemed to be on cruise control after the first, but the Red Sox erupt for 5 runs and tie the game at 7. So Hobson 0 for 2 on the day. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. There is some California goes out to talk to Tanana, trying to buy some time for the relievers. Darwin up to the plate now, 0 for 2 on the day. Should we get that 1 column, but nope, the 3 column. And he strikes out for out number 3, but the Red Sox plate 5 runs and tie the game at 7 after 5. So House back out there. Looks like Tom Murphy has started to loosen up in the Red Sox pen. Bobby Grich up to the plate now. He's 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. New ball game now. And House continues to cruise as he strikes out. Great swing for out number 1. So Remy 1 for 2 with an RBI. Gets one in the wheelhouse. Pops it up though. Hobson calls for it. And he'll make the catch. Brings up Baylor 1 for 3 with 2-run double. And that's going to be a ground ball to third. Hobson handles it. Fires over the Scott. Angels go 1, 2, 3 in the 6 after 5.5. It remains a 7-7 score. And it looks like Hartzell is going to come in. I think it's Wayne Hartzell, if I'm not mistaken. Paul Hartzell, sorry. Paul Hartzell. Paul Hartzell is having a rough season. He is 2-1, but he has an ERA of 6.15. He's a starter / reliever, spot reliever. 26 innings pitched. He's allowed 30 hits, 11 walks, 8 strikeouts, and has surrendered 5 home runs. So he'll face Coleman and then top of the order, Burleson and Dillard. So Coleman 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the windup in the pitch. Pops up to Remy at second. Remy calls for it. And he'll make the catch on the outfield grass for out number 1. So Burleson had himself a good day. 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Here's the pitch by Hartzell. It's going to be a ground ball to Grich. Over to Baylor. 5-3 on the putout. Sorry, 6-3 on the putout. So Dillard also 2 for 3 with a double. And he will ground out to short. The Red Sox go in order in the 6th, so after 6 full, it remains 7-7. House back out there. Rudy 0 for 2 with an RBI. Oh my goodness. Rudy's going to get a hold on here. And that's going to be over the Green Monster on the 12 split. And that's going to be a home run, and California retakes the lead, 8-7. So Bonds 0 for 3 on the day. Ground ball to Hobson at third. So Chalk up to the plate now. He's 0 for 2 with a run scored. Oh my God, and that's a 2. How often do you get a 12 split and a 2 split on the same in the same inning? And another home run. And whew. So Bochy now 1 for 3 with a double. And that's going to be a base hit to left, and that is going to be it for House as he surrenders 2 solo home runs and now a single. And Zimmer has seen enough. He was good for 3+ innings, but the wheels have somewhat come off with 2 solo home runs.
Team yearbooks, minutes, and programs.
Pitches by House on a 2 split and a 12 split. Not often do you see both of those in the same half inning, as I said. But Tom Murphy is going to come in to relieve him. And House's day is done. So Tom Murphy up to in it now. He's got a 1-1 record with a 2.7 earned average, 1 save. In 7 innings pitched, he's allowed 8 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and a surrendered a home run. So Ron Jackson up to the plate now, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Runner gets his lead off first. Here's the windup in the pitch. That's going to be back to the box. Murphy. No, what happened there? Oh, it's not in time. Oh, he threw it to second for 1, back to first. Okay. So he throws it to second. So they do get the lead runner. So 2 down now for Echeverria, 0 for 2 with an RBI. Jackson gets his lead. Is the pitch. Ground ball to third. Say Ryan, and I think they might have had one when they won the World Series in 2002, but I can't think of who it is. But yeah, that's my guess too. Just one, Dean Chance in 1964. Wow, I did not know that. Okay, that's it. So just one Cy Young Award winner for the California Angels, or Anaheim Angels. Or Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. All right, so Jim Rice up to the plate. Hartzell back on the mound now with a 2-run lead. Rice 1 for 2 with a run scored. Red Sox down by 2 now. That's going to be a ground ball to Chalk over to first for out number 1. So 7th inning stretch here at Fenway. Fans not too into it on a bad weather day. Chilly day here at Fenway. And I'll bring up Scott. He's 1 for 2 with a home run. And it's going to be a out to catcher card. Pop foul, it looks like. makes the catch. Etchebarren for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the Red Sox 7th. Fisk go for 1 with 2 runs batted in. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. Bonds is there, and he'll make the catch. And the Red Sox go quietly in the 7th. So after 7 full, it's California 9 and Boston 7. So Grich 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. He'll face Murphy. Corners are in on the grass. And that's going to be off the pitcher card, and that's going to split the gap. Rice and Coleman chasing after it. Coleman gets it, throws it back in, but not before Grich reaches at second with a leadoff double. So another run in scoring position for the Angels. Remy 1 for 3 with an RBI. Oh boy, not a good column. 6 column. And that's going to be a base hit to right. Grich rounds third, but he'll stay there. So run is at the corners with nobody out. Infield in. Yeah, boy. Not much really in the Red Sox pen. The bullpen is tired. So Baylor 1 for 4 with a double. Remy's running. And he holds on to the base. And Baylor will be put on. So Murphy potentially walks Baylor. And that's going to load the bases for Rudy. He's 1 for 3 with a homer. Red Sox playing back. Trading a double play for a run. Here's the windup in the pitch. And strikes out Rudy. Looking for Bonds 0 for 4. He has a windup in the pitch. It's a ground ball back to Murphy. Rich is going home. Throws it home and gets the force play. Keeping it a 9-7 game. So Chalk 1 for 3 with a homer. Murphy 1 out away from getting out of this. Oh no. But he will not. It's going to be a base hit up the middle. Remy scores. And the other run will come in, and it's now an 11-7 game. Bochy 2 for 4 with a double. He'll fly out to left to end the inning, but time running up for the Red Sox down to the last 6 outs. Evans 1 for 3 with a double. With a home run, sorry. Hartzell back out on the hill. Flies out to center. Bochy's there and makes the catch for out number 1. Nice diving catch by Bochy. So Hobson 1 for 3 on the day. Hobson has committed 3 errors on the day. Gets into one here. Hits that into the gap. That'll bounce around a little bit. Hobson rounds second. With a triple. So a 1-out triple for Butch Hobson. Trying to atone somewhat for his 3 errors on the day. And Darwin's going to be lifted for a pinch hitter. Not that way. Bernie Carbo. Yeah, Bernie Carbo is going to come in the pinch hit for Darwin. So Carbo comes in, hitting .364 in the season with a homer and 6 runs batted and 22 at-bats. Here's the pitch to Bernie. Oh, and Bernie's just going to miss one here. That's going to go all the way to the warning track. But Bonds is there. He wants to catch. He knows he just missed that one. So the Red Sox get one back, 11-8 now. And Coleman. Yeah. Will be pinch hit for. Looks like Yastrzemski is going to come in and pinch hit. So Yaz comes in hitting .284 with 4 homers, 22 runs batted in. Here's the windup in the pitch to Yaz. Fly ball to left. Little early on that one. I'm sorry, a little late on that one. And Rudy will make the catch to end the inning. Well, the Red Sox do get one, and the Angels lead at 11-8 after 8. Let's see, I think we're going to bring in Rick Miller. Yeah, Rick Miller. Where is he? He's going to come in and play center. Yep. Miller's going to come in and play center. Carbo will stay at the DH, of course. Alright, so Miller comes in. They do improve defensively with that. So Ron Jackson, 1 for 3 with an RBI. Steps in the box. He has the windup in the pitch. Base hit. Doug Griffin's going to come in and play second. And oh boy. Yep. And we don't really have any pitching available. Willoughby is also going to come in. Okay, so Willoughby comes in. Corners are going to play in. Jackson at first. Griffin in at second for the Red Sox. Upgrade defensively for Dillard. And that's going to be a base hit. Jackson will hold at second, so first and second, nobody out. Willoughby 338 on the season, 2-0 record, 11 innings pitched, 11 hits allowed. And that's going to be a ground ball to Griffin. So second and third, one down for Remy. Remy 2 for 4 on the day. Infield is in, down by 3. And Remy's going to shoot one through the drawn-in infield. Jackson will score. Echeverria will hold at third. And the Angels get back to run the Red Sox scored in the bottom of the 8th. So it's back to a 4-run game. Still only 1 out. Baylor 1 for 4 with a double. Here's the pitch. The catcher at third. He's going to throw for the runner. The second stolen base of the day. Oh boy. So Baylor up to the plate now. And it's going to be a ground ball with the infield in. Griffin with it over to first in time as Echeverria holds at third. So 4-3 on the putout. 2 down now. Joe Rudy 1 for 4 with a homer. That's going to be a fly ball to Miller. Range check. And good thing we upgraded and put Miller in at defense because that still would have probably. He might have committed an error, though, did Coleman, but no matter, as Miller is in there and makes the catch to end the inning. So we head to the bottom of the ninth. The Red Sox down by 4. Non-save situation. We'll try to close it out here. I think he did pitch 3 innings, so it could be. I think he's going to get the win. Yeah, he'll get the win if the Angels can hold on here. Okay, so Burleson 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, top of the order. Good start, base hit. Celebrating Griffin, 250, 4 at bats on the season. He'll come out. He was in there for defensive purposes. And Denny Doyle, who had the day off, will come in to pinch hit. So Doyle 329 with 10 runs batted in. Burleson gets his lead off first. He has the wind up in the pitch. Just misses the single. And they'll get the lead runner as Doyle reaches on the fielder's choice. So Rice 1 for 3 with a run scored. Ground ball to Hartzell. Hartzell with a 3 range. He will get to it. Oh, and we get a rare play here. Off the pitcher's foot. Bounces right to him. And he'll make the play to first as Doyle moves in the scoring position, but now with 2 down. So Red Sox down to the last out. Scott 1 for 3 with a triple. Bases clearing triple. He'll just miss it. And Bonds will be there and make the catch. And that will do it for the Red Sox as they fall to the Angels 12-8. So the Red Sox lose game 2 of the series. They did come back and tie it after they were down by 5, but the Angels scored 5 runs in the last 3 innings and hold on to beat the Red Sox 12-8. So for the Angels, Frank Tanana goes 5 innings, allows 8 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned, 2 runs, 10 strikeouts. Carl Hartzell gets the win, 3-1, allows 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. For the Red Sox, Bob Stanley lasts only 2+ innings, allowing 5 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned, 4 walks. And Tom House pitched well enough to get the win, but takes the loss. 4 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 solo home runs off very good pitches, with off the 2 and 12 splits. But home run's a home run. Strikes out 3. Takes the loss 0-1 now. Tom Murphy 1 2/3 innings, allowing 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And Jim Willoughby pitches a scoreless inning, allowing 2 hits. So the hitting starts for the Halos. I would say Dave Chalk probably 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored, 3 runs batted in. Don Baylor was 1 for 5 with a triple, I believe. No, double. I think it was a 3-run double. 3 runs batted in. And Jerry Remy also had a good day, 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. So I think we're going to give it to, probably still give it to Dave Chalk. Could give it to any one of a number of Angels hitters, but we'll give it to Dave Chalk, I guess. For the Red Sox, Burleson was 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored. Dillard was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. And Hobson was 2 for 4. Hobson did commit 3 errors, I believe. Let me just double check on that. Yep, Butch Hobson had 3 errors for the Red Sox. only leading to 2 unearned runs. So they were able to work around most of the errors by Hobson anyway. Let's take a look at the rest of the totals here and recap. And we'll take a look at the scores here. Score sheet. And then play-by-play. And there it is. All right, so the Red Sox will go tomorrow and try to get the series win. Until then, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, definitely give it a like. If you enjoy this series or any other series we have going on, this or any other simulation series, whether it be sports, replays, or mostly baseball now, but also we do some basketball, hockey, and football. And we also do a ton of simulation video games off of Steam. If you enjoy those, consider giving the channel a like. Subscribe.
Peanuts, get your peanuts here.
As we're on the quest to reach 1,000 subscribers, and hit that notification bell so you can upload new content. So take care, and God bless, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.